What's up guys, and welcome back to part 2 of my final table highlights video. This time coming to you Bounty Hunter Special $85, and the nice thing is we were able to survive already 3 busts, so there's already a money bump waiting of $200 from 6th place to 5th, which is pretty nice. So I'm opening Queen 9 here on the button. I think that's fine. We're gonna fold to the jam of the small blind, but it's just kind of a value race. It's bottom of our range, I think. And now we just need to get him some value, maybe against the king high or some strange mid pair. And what I did this time, if you haven't seen the previous part, is just speed up the plays that are kind of mandatory, standard, or not interesting. Like there's been so much tanking on this final table. I think it's a good format. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, I just kind of highlight the relevant hands by slowing it down. Here, A7 suited would have been a fold even if the machine wouldn't have overshoved. But yeah, pocket 8s I think is fine play by him. Definitely a okay call or rejam. And he holds, which is good, so we have $800 in our bag. And here I decided to jam. The reason is the ICM pressure is so high, like if he for some reason decides to 4-bet jam, if I 3-bet his pocket deuces or whatever pair, that's already gonna be kind of devastating. Sure, it's nice to double up, but ICM value doesn't go up as much if you win this flip, then it goes down. Like it's going down $600 if from 1.4k to 800. Yeah, king check, just an easy jam, but he folds here, his 3 big blind stack. Yeah, what I wanted to say is, so I think it's good to be ICM aware, and it's pretty easy on GG because they show you your direct ICM value. I mean, it's not like you immediately know exactly what a call would be worth or not, but you get a good feeling for it. And here it's pretty nice. This bet looks very strong. It could also be a very smart bluff to kind of overbet the side pot here, but it's pure value, of course. And he gets the baby bounty, and we get another ladder, which is another 200. Actually, it's $250 ladder. So really relevant. Next step will be $330. Yeah, so we have to be very ICM aware if we open light, if the machine is still left to act. Otherwise, we can kind of, I think, play mostly chippy V against the others because our stacks are so even. But I'm not entirely sure. We really can't do anything crazy here. We have a mega big bounty that's very juicy. We won't get strong or medium strong hands to fold most of the time, so we just have to wait and hope someone else busts before us, and maybe we get a really great spot where we can double up. That's kind of the game strategy in this scenario. Unfortunately, the mid stack guy doubles up. I prefer king 10 defend here. It's if we rejam, we only get called by better, so plays great post-flop, the flop is great, turn is fantastic, river is like mega fantastic, unless he's stupidly slow played set. The reason I'm not going for higher values, like what calls me here, maybe an 8 or 4, sure, like almost any pair calls me here probably, but we get a lot of hero folds from ace high, and I was hoping to get some hero call by ace high with my sizing. But he had an 8, if I knew that I would go higher, but of course I don't, I have to consider his entire range. Here I think it's okay to 2-barrel, like maybe even 3-barrel. The reason is, what kind of value hand except a 5 and a 10 does he have? It's getting really hard if you 3-barrel here. It's kind of a dicey spot. It's not like I'm totally in love with this. I think if you bet turn, yeah, it was interesting. Here it's just a limp, and it could be like, what is this limping range? Could be Jack 10, right? So it could be a lot of stuff that hits the spot, could be some under pairs. Even some 9x is possible, I think. So our flush draw here isn't like we can just check raise jam. We don't have any other things going on. He could have a better flush draw hand that has us totally dead, like check 10 suited or whatever. So yeah, the turn raise, I thought there's a chance, like it looks mega strong and it's like we want to prevent him to get a free river card with a flush draw or a straight draw, but didn't work out. I guess he was just very strong here. At least an overpair, like top pair, overpair, trips, full house, whatever. Jack 10 I think was a mandatory open, and Ace King, again, like regarding ICM, I think it's a little bit better to just rejam. But I don't know. Maybe like Ace King here, given that we're a tiny stack, we probably want him to rejam even his... Yeah, he rejams some weaker pocket pairs that we are flipping against, but I think if we just 3-bet kind of medium tiny, we get more Ace X to 4-bet shove on us, so probably that would have been better. Here, opening the 7-4, I think we have to c-bet here, like bottom pair like to c-bet, we don't have anything going on here, like no other draw, so if we can take it down immediately, it's great. Yeah, and I think 9-7 is definitely a defend here. If he c-bets, I think we have to call with the backdoor flush draw. Now if he bets again, I would just fold. Too many horrible rivers, even though he might still be on a draw here. And here I was thinking about block betting, which probably isn't too bad, because he usually should value bet his king here. But he didn't, so we were lucky. But I think a block bet is better than just checking. And yeah, he had the king X, which he got, in my opinion, not enough value from. Definitely c-betting here, blind versus blind. Free card on this board isn't too great, even though we're blocking some of the straight draws. And now it was like dicey. Sure, he can be on the straight or flush draw, but I thought checking like totally disguises my hand, or disguises my hand a lot. Like, I think top pair doesn't check this turn. And this sizing is kind of problematic because it looks like an 8, unless he has something that beats an 8. Or like Ace 8, King 8 hand, he doesn't call here most of the time. But I also have to get some value, I don't know. Yeah, the other guy checking up again. I think check deuce suited, definitely with a suited you should defend, check off. Check deuce off, we would fold. All in and a call, seems fine, blind versus blind. And this is crazy, like full house and turned full house. And yeah, we pick up another $350, $330, which is very nice. But now we are the clear baby stack. Not much we can do about that. We just would have to wait for the right spot. I think I clicked deal for a second and didn't. The ace 9 suited, if he would reach him, I would have called. It's kind of bottom of my range, I think. Ace 10 off, ace 9 suited, seems fine. Here the bottom pair call, I think it's kind of borderline. We could also fold the 3 deuce, the previous hand. 8-4 into the mug. Yeah, a lot of standard stuff happened here that's not too interesting to comment on, I think, except for the last 2 hands. I mean, given the length of the video, you probably already can guess that it's gonna be over soon. I thought limping 10-8 here, why not establish a limping range, because it allows us to play these marginal hands and also some super strong hands in a less variancy way, maybe. But yeah, again, ace 8 suited with our stack size I would call, because I expect like king check, king 10 suited, king queen to rejam, maybe even some weaker ace as a bluff, sometimes rejam, probably any pair rejams, so there's a lot of things we are flipping against, or like slightly ahead, or flipping. Definitely queen 9 defending. Yeah, I thought, because I had been pretty tight, I didn't get any hands, so my image was pretty tight. I thought it looks very strong. With the queen blocker, it's kind of borderline bottom bluff range I would do here, but I think it's fine. Like king check I would probably jam for value plus blockers, but queen 9 we can't just open rip, but it looks very strong. Maybe I would have some very strong pairs like queens plus that I do the same with. And it worked out, luckily. King 8, I think I opted for the same thing here. Yeah, this was an interesting hand. And I think it's a good way, because he's opening all his buttons. I think he should. The sizing is kind of the only sizing that makes sense, I guess, in this situation, if you want to have a re-raise range instead of only shoving range. And I think I have to give this a tiny c-bet that allows me to jam the turn. Problem is, if he really calls here, I think I could even bet tinier, like just 2 big blinds here. On this turn, I was really debating to myself, like, yeah, he has some ace-x, but if he has a king-x that he should really fold, we would get him to fold, and he has the king-deuce with a crazy 2-pair on the turn, but we counterfeit. I don't know if his king-deuce call here is a good thing to do ever. Maybe it is because it's a suited king with my bounty, but it seemed like very borderline. Yeah, but we got lucky there. He also got lucky on the turn, but unlucky on the river, so he probably would have folded if he has king jack, king queen there. The thing is, of course, if he has the ace, I guess all of them should call, but some players would still fold some weak aces, ace-x hands. Here the check raise, I remember this hand now. I thought it's a good thing, but in retro I don't think. Like call and check raise turn seems better, even though the pot is already a little bit bigger. The reason is, like, what do we check raise here on the flop? Maybe a strange 2-pair or top pair with a gut shot, but yeah, and I think given our line on the flop, we have to c-bet again the turn, just folding. Regarding sizings, I don't know. Did I bet here? Yeah, I was debating turning my hand into a bluff, but then I have this showdown value, kind of borderline. I was blocking the nuts, but the nut straight. That was the only reason I thought maybe. Yeah, I think pocket fours is just a rip. 15 big blinds for sure, it's just a rip. And I did the sizing, yeah, which I really like, because if both of them are all in, I think it's an ICM fold. Well, actually, it probably is, but given that it's PKO, not sure. And here I decided to rip this. Very close. I think he really opens almost 100%, and we maybe get some folds from better king x and queen x hands and stuff that we are flipping against, but he's top of his range, and I don't hate my jam. It's also not great, I guess, but I slightly prefer it over playing post flop. So yeah, this is how it ended. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this format. Any hands you want to comment, go ahead. Please check out my new Instagram. I'm building a new channel there. Could be interesting for you. Yeah, and now in the end I was just checking the bounties, and yeah, if you calculate it, first gets definitely over 2k, like 2.5 or more, so the total would have been over 4k for the first player. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you guys and girls very soon in my next video. Good luck at the tables, and bye bye for now.